Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk to you about guilt. I had a conversation earlier with a friend of mine, and we're talking about how sometimes people hurl accusations at us in order to make us feel guilty. And what I said was that what I've learned a long time ago, is that the only person who can make us feel guilty about something is ourselves. People can't make us feel guilty. If somebody hurls an accusation at you and there's no truth in it, it doesn't stick. If there's even a grain of truth in it, it sticks. And so then I sort of look at it from an observer's point of view. I take out the emotion. I take out any hurt, anger, resentment, whatever. And I just look at the statement itself and say, is this true? Yes or no? If there's no truth in it, I let it go. I don't revisit it. I don't get into a conversation about it. I just let it go. If there's truth in it, then I look at my part of that. What part of this statement is true? What's my role in this? And then I look at it from as a place of power. I don't take it on as a whole negative thing, like, I suck, I blah, 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 blah. I look at it as like, oh, this is great. Okay, this is information that I have that I can work with, and, how can I make this better? And so I love that, because it's an action step, right? It's something I can do to alleviate that person's frustration and, whatever, anger or whatever with me. And, that's important because, usually the person who's hurling an accusation at you is somebody you care about. And you don't want somebody you care about not feeling great. So the only way I can fix that is my part of it. If it has nothing to do with me, then I have no role, so let it go. If there is some truth in it, then this is where I need to clean it up. So, for example, I used to be really, really horrible at double booking things. And then I was canceling things. I would have to cancel something. Then I'd feel badly because I canceled on somebody that maybe I had booked with first, or maybe I had booked with second, or it didn't really matter the order. I had to make a judgment call on that day or at that time. Or usually what would happen was I'd have to call somebody back and say, I'm sorry, I know I said yes I would do this at this point in time, but I can't because I've forgotten that I already had something booked. Either way, I was feeling crappy all the time because I was doing this more often than I would like. And so I started moving to a calendar system. Now, I balked against it for the longest time, but I recognized that no, I need a calendar system. That's all there is to it. It's just a tool. So now I book everything in. I book in, meetings, of course. I book in appointments. I book in classes, all that kind of thing. I used to book in time for dancing it out. I used to book in times for these musings. I used to book in, times for myself, sometimes like quick 10-minute meditations or that kind of a thing. And I book in time with friends and family outside of work. But what I didn't see coming, and it's worked fairly well because I'm about 90% accurate. But there are still things that have not gone into the calendar that I'd like to put in. Like, I haven't spent enough time with my aunt. I've recognized that. I need to book her into my calendar. I haven't, there are friends that I'll talk to here and there, but we haven't seen each other in 3 or 4 months because they're not in my calendar. So I've got to book them in order to see them. And I know that might sound horrible, but it's just the way it is. And what I've noticed is that some friends and family are resentful of the calendar because they feel they shouldn't have to book it in to see me. If they're not important enough for me to see them or to reach out to them to get together, then that says volumes in and of itself. So now I'm trying to sort of look at how I can do the calendar better. And I think it's about me reaching out rather than having them feel that they have to reach out to me all the time. Because if I'm not reaching out, then they're feeling like they're not important. So, the place that I can see working for me is to put them into the calendar. And, reach out ahead of time and say, you know what, I've got a gap for an hour and a half between this time and this time. Would you like to get together? Would you like to come over? Or it's better if they come to me than if I go to them because I'm always late. Even though I have a calendar, I haven't fixed that part of it yet. I'm still late. So yeah, that's kind of where it stands right now. So to all of those of you who might feel marginalized because I have not put you into my calendar, I apologize. I truly, truly do. Yeah, but reach out to me and we'll go, we'll get together at some point. And to those of you who feel slighted because I haven't reached out to you first, all I can tell you is that I'm working on that. I will try to be better at that. And yeah, just ask me when my next open time is in my calendar. Have a great one, everyone.